Hey guys, it's Sunny from RevAtlas and welcome to a brand new video, and we're going to be taking a look at our brand new redesigned studio setup. Now before we get started, please do make sure to hit the subscribe button and also like this video if you happen to enjoy it at the end. And now let's get started. So this here is a new look. We have been saying that we're working on a new look for the A-roll for our setup for quite a while now, and now it's here finally. So actually this whole thought process of getting something like this, a setup done, was in the works for a long time, but I was initially undecided about the fact that whether we should continue with just the B-roll sort of content, or should we have an A-roll along with B-roll. So then the issue was kind of sorted when we started Rev News, and we also did a few videos where we had A-roll along with the B-roll, and people liked that sort of format where it was more unfiltered, not as precise, which was also good in the sense that many people liked that our content was kind of precise with just the B-roll content, but it felt more natural and it felt like you guys could connect, and I could connect better with you guys when I was directly in front of the camera. So that's when I decided to kind of go ahead with this particular setup itself, but it did take some time to kind of figure out what sort of effect and what sort of look that we need in this particular A-roll. And I think that this is somewhat there. Maybe we may make a few changes here and there, may tweak it a bit to get the perfect output that we need, kind of like how we started off with B-roll itself and gradually became better at it. So in A-roll also it might take some time. One of the first issues that we sorted out was the audio itself, which many of you complained that was too noisy. It was not picking up my audio too well, and there was a lot of echo and stuff. So we solved that issue, and that's when we actually started Rev News and the other A-roll itself, because audio is, believe it or not, perhaps as important or even more important than the visuals itself. And that's how you kind of, even slightly inferior visuals or slightly shaky footage, you can live with it, but with bad audio it's kind of difficult, and I think that pisses me off the most, even more than visuals. So in this video also you might hear some sounds here and there, but that's because we have Rambo here. He's in the studio with me, and we actually got some pest control done, so I don't want him to go out there and lick and get affected. So he's here with me, so he's making some sounds, scratching himself, playing with the bone, etc. But other than that, let me know if you're having any issues with the audio itself. Now onto the visuals here. As you can see behind me over here, this is the lighting setup that we have gotten for the background itself. It is Nanoleaf Aurora. So it's by a company called Nanoleaf. This here is the Rhythm edition. Funnily enough, we actually wanted to get the regular edition because that was cheaper by around 4 to 5k compared to the Rhythm edition. But what happened was, luckily, and luck is something that I never usually have, but luckily we became the 2000th customer of Nanoleaf, the distributor in India on Amazon, and as a result they send us the Rhythm edition for free. So all it does is it basically has this extra module that you can plug into, and it kind of syncs to music or your voice, etc., and kind of gives an effect to match that. So it works well with music, kind of, if you want to have a party or stuff like that. But I don't know whether it's a bit overdone in a video like this. I tried it out and I felt it was too rapid in terms of changes. It should be more soothing. It should go along with the video rather than just pop and distract you all the time. So it should be there in the background. It should not become the foreground in terms of focus, in terms of your concentration. So that's why I left it to slowly change colors. Maybe we will have a different lighting setup based on the video and stuff. Over here in this corner you can actually see that there's a red light. We achieved this through the help of the Aperture ML9 light along with a red color cloth, and I think it kind of contrasts because you have a warmer color and a cooler color at each side, and that kind of helps to have a mix and match. And that's kind of the RevAtlas logo also. You have blue and red primarily, and we are trying to get that sort of an effect, at least in this video. And then we also have the key light. It's offset to my right side here. This is an Electrum light. I'll kind of give links to all these different things if you guys want in the description below, so you can check it out, or also help build your own studio, get ideas on how to build your own studio. And at the back there's also a 3D foam wallpaper, so there are different colors involved. I wanted to kind of have a sort of absorption of the light from both these sources, so I didn't want to have red color or a different sort of wallpaper. I kind of wanted it to have a nice 3D effect or the ability to absorb the color. That's why we went for white itself, and sort of to give the feeling of depth itself. And the funny thing is, this is the computer that I edit off on, and even after I put the foam wallpaper, before putting any of the lights or stuff, I kind of did feel that difference in depth. It felt like I was suddenly sitting in some other location and not where we usually sit at. But I posted a story on this earlier about the setup, and the response has been overwhelmingly positive, and thank you guys for that. I hope you like it. Please do leave your suggestions, comments, everything in the comment section below. And now this whole setup is at my home studio. We were actually planning to get another studio office, a new office studio as well. That's why we kind of delayed the entire process. But I think it was quite frankly needed, because it helps, like I said, connect with you guys better, you guys to connect with me better, gives more unfiltered content, and also, to be honest, it helps with the YouTube algorithm. I mean, there are channels out there like, from Zach from Jerry Rig, who doesn't really show his face in most of the videos, and a few other channels out there that's built that way. But generally in India, at least, I found that having that personal connect with your audience does help YouTube also recommend you to other people on the internet. So that's another reason for doing this. I'm just being honest with you guys so that you guys know, and also maybe help some of you creators out there as well. So that's about it, guys. I hope you like this. See you again in the next one.